dug out about 2 feet in, and then I put rocks around just to be fire safe. I'm not gonna make a big fire this weekend because it's just too windy. It's called, it's not red flag conditions, but it's close to. So I'm just gonna be careful with the fire this weekend. And the main way I do that is just digging in to be fire safe. We're gonna make coffee, we're gonna make a breakfast burrito, and then we'll go on a hike. I'm right on the cliff lip here, so it'll be windy. I got breakfast burrito made with egg, bacon, potato, onion, and cheese. Got some organic coffee, salsa, and breakfast is served. Well, didn't bring enough double A's. It's the wrong time. It's coordinating right now. Anyway, batteries at two bars. So GPS hiking is going to be off the table unless I find better batteries. But the canyon here is kind of straightforward. So, and there's a road that kind of intersects this whole section. So I know if I go that way and then go back, I'll just hit that road. So I'm not that concerned about not bringing batteries, but always good to have GPS for peace of mind. We're gonna go hiking now. Just gonna stay back here. You. Got a dog bed so she stays comfortable. She's a senior, so she relaxes. She's retired. She wags her tail, sits up like a little yoga dog. My big girl. My big girl. My big girl. Big girl. Big girl. Oh. You! You! All right, we're gonna drop in this canyon here, or try to drop in. It looks doable. There could be water down there. Good refresher. It's around 55, 60. Those cottonwoods down there, that's where the water would be. And that's where the animals would be also. So I'm gonna try to get down there. But it's fairly steep here. Gotta go slow, switch back as much as possible here. Keep my eyes open. There could be dens in areas like this. So I don't wanna come upon a coyote den. Like there's bones right there. I've done that before and it was not a good time. Coyote started freaking out, howling. It was a lot of chaos, frankly. I didn't even see the coyote, but I heard it. I was close to it. Maybe 20 yards, 25 yards, and it just started howling, freaking out. Probably had a baby in the den. So you gotta be careful in areas like this here. This is a game trail right here, right along the canyon. Lots of deer track here. Descending down, got 2 hiking poles. Try to take it nice and slow. Look for the natural game trail here. I I'm sort of finding it here. Yeah, it's gonna be a rough time getting back up here, but I want to see those cottonwoods. That's my agenda. So let's get down there. Very wild terrain here, very pretty. This is all inaccessible in the wintertime. It gets covered in snow and then mud. And now it gets a little bit dry before the summer. And then it gets too hot to hike here. So the window to hike here is actually very short. Or at least comfortably hike. Like you don't want to hiking. Another natural trail is this water draw here. I think the valley may have a flood in it too. It is melt season. And this area looks dry, but the bottom of the valley I think might be muddy. That would be my guess. Look at this. I don't think this is accessible from this side here. Let's see. Oh look, there's a creek down there. Look at that. Yep. Okay, I think I know where I am, sort of. Look at that creek, man. Good to see that creek in the desert. Little chipmunk over there. Look at this. We got a creek in the desert. This creek has been dry for a good 3 years, I would say, since I've been coming here. It's been super dry. As you can see, it's running nice and really thick over here. Nice, good flow. I can almost hear it from here. So what I'm gonna do now is, this side looks kind of sketchy, and I want to go here. That's my target right there, those cottonwoods. So what I have to do, basically, it's not even a choice. I have to kind of go down through here. It's gonna suck wherever I go, so I'll just get the suck over with quickly here and descend down. I'm gonna have to get wet, I think, too, to cross that creek. So yeah, there's definitely life down there. There's a trail over there too. You can see that trail partially. Dude, look how raw this canyon is, man. You can't let your guard down here. You have to go down. You have to go up. Look at this. Look at all that crag right there. Gyps, come on, we gotta go back. Good job, Gyps. All right, I've been skirting this canyon now for a good half mile. Still no access down until finally here. We got some access here. It's as good as it's gonna get right there. Otherwise, you can see there's just a bunch of drop off here, here, there. Super sketchy to get down, so I gotta go slow. And this is where we're gonna descend right here. I wanted to beeline it, but there's just no way. It's too cliffed out, so, you know, my plans were just that, plans, reality. I have to come all the way to this side to get down. This is the steepest part right here. I'm sliding down here. But that water's right down there. There's a trail. So I think I'll just go in there and then go back up. But good to go slow here. still doable because it's not so hot. It's getting there though. Jips, what do you think? You're doing such a good job, Jill. Go G's! Go G's! Yeah, look at that. Barely got down there. If I went that way, I would still have a problem getting through here. And I would come down through there. This is the soft bank here. It's almost like sand crevasse, but you can slide down it really easily. If you fall, it's just kind of soft sand. This is the valley right here. This is where all the life is here. The water's here, so all the animals are here. All the birds are down here. Everything is here, frankly. Except the dens. The dens are up there. Look at this, good flow here. Hi, Jip. It's about 2 foot deep here, but it's a nice short little jump, so should have a nice little splash here. Good job, Jip. Just freshened up here by the water. Put a fresh shirt on. Washed my face. Got the crud out of my eyes. Good to see the water down here in the valley. Very refreshing. Yeah, look at this thing. There hasn't been water here in 3.5 years. And now it's flowing. You can see evidence of flash flooding here. Here. Even up there. So when it rages, it gets real dangerous. And it just carves this canyon right to the bottom. Which is probably sheer rock right here. And it looks like it's not deep, but it is. Check this out. It's at least 2 feet right there. But it's hard. It's not muck. If it was muck, you can get stuck in there. But the big issue here is flash flooding. If this thing is raging, it'll pin you down. And if it pins you down in a bunch of brush, you might just get snagged in there and drown. Because the torrent is so strong, it carries logs. But it's been so dry here, even a long winter is still not turning the place upside down. So, got a fresh t-shirt. It's gonna be a long way back up, but I won't take the same way, so it won't be boring. But anyway, we're gonna explore this valley here, see what we can get into. During the winter time, this is definitely the warmest part of the high desert. These little sections in the canyon that are at the bottom. The lower the elevation, the more heat, and it's high desert here. Here is around, I think, 5,200, so it's fairly low. So it gets warmer and warmer as you go down. I'm gonna make sure I don't leave anything behind here because I took my shirt off. I cleaned my head, washed my face, so I took my keys off. But anyway, here we are. We're gonna go explore this section here. Look at this, look how high this is right here. It's as tall as me right here. So look at that, all that debris. Yeah, I definitely would not be able to cross also if this area flash flooded. I would get stuck on one side. These are cottonwoods here. These are all cottonwoods. And a lot of them are dead because of the drought. This is willow right here. The freshest willow there is. You can see it's just sprouting. So it's super potent. And right next to the willow, this is willow right here, for example. This is false willow. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll take a picture of it and then we'll find out what it's called. But anyway, this plant is very bitter. So if you're picking willow and you just get a little bit of this plant here, it'll make the whole brew extremely bitter. And like Murphy's Law, it kind of grows along the willow and looks like willow, but it's not. So you have to be careful when you pick willow, because false willow is right against it. But I'll take some of this for the brew this evening. Very fresh, very fragrant chips. Hi, Bun Cake. Hi, Chips. What's going on, Jeesh? Having a good time, Jip? Oh, Jip. Good job, Jip. Alright, been hiking this valley here. Lots of thick brush and a bunch of sections. This area got flooded recently, so there's mud too, but it looks like I have no good way out. This is a false summit here. This just goes up and then drops down. So what I want to do, I think, is just go around and just tag that road. And if I get caught doing night hiking, I can just hike that road. I don't feel like being on the side of a canyon when the sun goes down. So I'm just gonna look for a long way round type route. I don't have my GPS, so I can't just kind of, you know, scramble up there and figure it out. I gotta kind of be more methodical, just in case I'm real off on where I end up there. So, a lot of game trail here, a lot of deer. But still much more pleasant than being up there. So I think I'm gonna end up going all the way up there, catching that road. Much cooler here. All this vegetation here just makes it more crisp. And it's gonna be a good year for blooms. It'll be a super bloom, I think, this year. So good news, because all this got flooded. Not too bad, but it still got flooded. So this is where it gets real thick here. Amongst all this dead cottonwood here. You can see there's water crossings on both sides here. Gotta make sure my pack doesn't get snagged. Look at that. More water. Gypsy, come here, bun. Gypsy, come here. All right, so you see flash flood damage down here. So obviously you wouldn't take shelter in the flash flood area. So the shelter would be up here. All right, going back up here. Lots of ledges here. Gotta be real careful. Real pretty though. Good to see that water down there. Oh, hey, Jip. Look at this, we got a flat section here. Bunch of big rock over there, a lot of crag. So I'm gonna try to sneak into here, go up there, and beeline for that road. Unless I see my truck, but I doubt it. We're definitely far off the original path. I covered a bunch of miles inside that valley, so I know I'm far out here. But this is still much friendlier than most of this section here. So I'm gonna try to keep it flat, cover as much ground as I can. Keep my eyes open for cool stuff, picture opportunities. I've never found a dead body out here. I have found a lost hiker though. That was a 911 call. But I know that there's lost hunters here every year. So the more off trail I get, the more opportunity I have to find cool shit. And that's kind of the payoff of dealing through all this brush and steep country. You get to find a little gem of something really cool, some rust, some bones, some antlers, some artifact. This is the first sign of life I've seen all day here. This is an old post, milled on the top of this canyon. What's it doing here? Nobody knows. Probably marking some kind of boundary. Old boundary at least. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get clipped out on this side again. So I have to skirt that section. But I'm getting right up to it, which is good because I still got probably 2.5 hours of light, maybe a little bit more. So I definitely want to be out and on that road by nightfall here. Check this out. This is a tarantula den right here. See all that webbing? You can see it's real steep, almost face to face with this canyon here. Sun is going down in that ridge. Still pushing up here. Hopefully this is it here for the summit. If it's another ridge, it's gonna be a long night. But anyway, we're pushing up here. Jip's feeling good. Jip, you're doing such a good job, Jip. That's my little Jip. Jeez. Oh, hi, Jeez. What's going on, Jip? Oh, big girl. Is that my big girl? Oh, jeez. Oh, geez. Look at this, a cairn in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not surprised because this is definitely the only way up here. I've been skirting the side canyon here for a bit, most of the day, and there's only 2 ways in, here and that way I came down. Everything else is pretty much cragged out. But look at this cairn, man, middle of nowhere. This was probably set 800 years ago by Native Americans. So it's good to see signs of life here as I'm going up this canyon because it's just steep as hell. All right, made it to the top here. It's a good hike, man. Look at this. This is the first sign, or second sign, of human activity. old food can here. Couple deer in the distance there. Look at this. This is an old rock house here. Very cool. This was a log from it, I'm assuming. Some kind of shelter. There's the arch right here. Nice arch piece. And then everything stacked up on the arch piece. Almost like masonry. Look at that. This thing is old. It's been sitting here for a long time. Look at these cuts here. Saw cuts, looks like. Yeah, lots of history here. Look at that. The new moon. Yeah. Haven't seen this dude in a while. Check it out, Chip. It's the moon. And right up there, right, the top left of the moon is Venus. And over here is Mercury, but you can't see Mercury, even though it is there. Use that app. Works nice, you can just point up if you have service. Tells you what you're looking at, which is nice. Look at that. Obviously that's Venus, according to the map. Got some minestrone here as an appetizer. All right, this is my breakfast brew here. So I have willow, which I brewed last night. And willow is very neutral, so you can use it as a coffee water. So I got willow, got some organic coffee, sugar, and a fresh new canteen. So as you may have noticed, I forgot my cooking grate. So I've been cooking with no cooking grate. But this is my skillet, bacon, potato, onion, and then cheese and roasted tomato at the end there. Got some tortillas here. Gotta be careful with cooking with coals. Sometimes they get real hot and just burn everything, so slow and steady in the cook versus hot fire. I got my plated burrito here. Put an egg on top. Got some salsa, and breakfast is served. I'll get 2 burritos out of this, and I'll try to bang out a big hike today. It's Sunday, so I have to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna probably stay here till around 6, maybe 7, we'll see. But I'm trying to get a big breakfast in and power through with a big hike. But this looks really good. Fail. Has to go in here. Bring in smart water. Wild cherry Pepsi with ice. It's getting hot out here, so I got a flannel. I'm gonna switch layers once. Battery pack for my phone and carabiner. And I'm just going light. Gonna bring some sunflower seeds too to munch on as I hike. Keep my salt level up. And Youth is gonna hang out. Got her some ice water here. Ice water. Youth, big girl. Camp security in the house. Love her some tuna to munch on. Chips, you ready? G-sheet. G-sheet. Nice and sketchy over here. Gyps, get away from there, Gyps. Gyps, get out of there. Good job, Gyps. Get out of there. Some Pepsi with ice, some barbecue, sunflower seeds. Taking a break in the shade here. Nice little spot here. Gonna hydrate up. Sun is definitely the only thing in the sky, not one cloud out here. So I'm gonna manage the heat a little bit here. Looks like nothing, right? Nothing's going on here. Nothing special. But if you look real close, look at all this pottery right here. This is a huge, huge pottery area. Look at all this. This is all pottery right here. They probably had a kiln here for making pottery in this little section. And you'd say to yourself, why would they put that right here? Well, look at these tall junipers. Good shade from the sun, for one. Lots of wood for burning and warming up clay. Look at all this, yo. This is a huge pottery find right here. Major. Look at this is the edge right here. Natural edge. And this has not been marked by the BLM. If they found a place like this, they would usually take the big pieces out for preservation. Look at these huge pieces right here. Yeah, I don't want to walk inside of this perimeter because I want to preserve this history here. So I'll just kind of do a circle around it, see what's looking cool, and I'll take a picture. But this is definitely a history site right here. These are rare because they haven't been tagged by the BLM. This is large enough where they would tag this. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a tower somewhere around here, because this is a huge pottery find. Look at this is all pottery. Look at that detail right there. This is the top of a bowl. A very rare piece right here. You can see someone's hands, fingers shape this edge right here. Beautiful. This is also an area where I would find sharps, like cutting tools, arrowheads, hunting tools, things like that. This is a really cool site. I don't want to disturb it too much. That's what's so cool about it, is it's undisturbed. I'll probably never find this site ever again. I'm in the middle of these junipers, 3 or 4 miles from my car, off trail. I don't have a GPS, so I'll never see this site again, so leave it preserved for the next person. So also keep in mind too, even though this is a natural history site, it's, you know, it's rare, it's beautiful, and there's a pipeline probably 2 miles that way with a well. Cows are allowed to graze here on BLM land. So, you know, cows will thrash an area like this, which is probably the most common way that sites like this get destructed, is just cattle grazing. All right, check this out. I'm underneath that cave section here, and it does not look like a Pueblo dwelling, but look at all this geologic activity here. This is where I would find something cool, like a fossil in sections like this. Look at this, this is also brittle. This is almost not even rock, this is fossil right here. This is wood. You can see how it's stacked. So another geologic event, probably 1 million years right here. I'm not a geologist, but I've seen a lot of those lectures, and they kind of pontificate on just how this strata looks. And the sandstone here is obviously the hardest part of this section. And here we have, yeah, it looks like this almost looks like fossil. This is like trees, feels like. It's not rock at all, it's soft and brittle. Chips, what do you think, bud? You're gonna find a dinosaur, sweetheart. But nonetheless, much cooler in this little spot here. I've heard of videos where you just see like a huge dinosaur bone sticking out. Alrighty, packed up, fun weekend. Sun is gonna set here in an hour. I'm gonna hit the road, douse my fire pit with water. Good weekend, good hiking. Time to go home, take a shower.